Welcome to the 2016 WRT Sonora Open. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and we are live from Hermosillo, Mexico. We're going to go ahead and kick off the quarterfinals here this morning. We have number 5, Polo Gutierrez, versus number 6, Jaime Martell. This will be a very interesting matchup. These two have not matched up in the past due to the rankings, as that has been affected by Polo leaving last May in Cali due to an elbow injury. So we'll talk about that further in the broadcast, but right now the players are ready and on the court, so let's go ahead and take it down and get this match started. Our referee today is Felipe Munoz. Of course, we'd like to thank our host club, All Fitness Hermosillo, Mexico, for hosting this event here. This is actually the third time the WRT has been in Sonora. And we are happy to be here as always. Actually, Polo Gutierrez won the title in 2014. The 2015 champion was Jake Bredenbeck. And this year, anything can happen. For those of you that want to check out the draw, go to bit.ly/Sonora Open 16. You can go ahead and find out who's here this weekend, but of course we'll be talking about that later in the broadcast too. Here we go, Polo Gutierrez and Jaime Martell, both from Mexico. Jaime from Chihuahua and Polo from Juarez. Polo Gutierrez making his first appearance back in 2016 with the WRT. He was out last year in May. The last event he was at was the WRT Cali Open in Colombia due to an elbow injury. Now he's back. This is his first event. Side out for Jaime Martell. Jaime Martell was the 2015 Most Improved Player of the Year. He climbed the ranks from number 9 to number 6, which is not an easy task. Nice pick. Oh, a little short from Jaime. Side out for Polo. time, Polo sneaks one by Jaime to make it 5. Polo starting out pretty strong here in game 1. Be interesting to see what's changed as he's been away for a little while, and a lot of these players have been able to move up the ranks, as I was talking about with Jaime Martell, who's now number 6. And gonna go ahead and call a timeout. Score is 6-0. We'll be right back with more of our first quarterfinal. And we're back live at our first quarterfinal of the 2016 Sonora Open, where Polo Gutierrez leads 6-0. Nice side out for Jaime. That's what he wants with that timeout. Another point for Polo Gutierrez, who's starting out strong in his first match of the day. Of course, there are a lot more matches coming up today. This is our first quarterfinal of the 2016 WRT Sonora Open, as Jaime Martell sides out Polo Gutierrez. Coming up after this, we have Andre Padilla versus Danny Lavely. Then at 12 p.m., Christian Longoria versus Nicolai Miramontes. And at 1 p.m., Alex Cardona versus Miguel Rodriguez Jr. Easy return for Polo. Nice get from Jaime. Ooh. And a point for Jaime Martell. Misread by Jaime as Polo chose to go down the line. like Jaime has a bit of a slow start today. Starting to turn it up. We have seen Jaime Martell come from deep deficits in the past. You can never underestimate anyone out there on the racquetball court. There goes, point for Jaime. That gives him 2. Second serve. We do play a 2-serve rule on the WRT. An error from Polo gives Jaime 3 points. Nice serve. Jaime turning it up. 2 in a row. 3 in a row. I'm told Jaime Martell was talking with Mike Green from Canada, who gave him some tips before his match this morning. And another skip from Polo. I think that's what Jaime needs to do, is start to put the pressure on Polo and have him make his own mistakes. Kind of rattle him a little bit, shake up his mental game. There we go. I was just thinking Polo should probably call a timeout, see if he can break the momentum that Jaime is now riding. We'll be right back with more in just a moment. We're back live at the quarterfinals of the 2016 Sonora Open. Jaime Martell now getting quite a points run against Polo Gutierrez, putting the pressure on him and forcing him to call the timeout. Let's see if Jaime can keep his focus and close the gap against Gutierrez. Nice point for Jaime, looking comfortable there in the center court and taking command. They're going to replay. And there's Polo putting an end to that momentum. And a point for Gutierrez. Now, Polo has always been a dominant player on the WRT. He currently has 9 WRT titles, just under Alex Cardona, who just surpassed him with 10 at our last event at the Mount Rainier Open in February. Gutierrez was in the battle for number 1. 2014, he ended the year as year-end champion. And then last year in May, as he left the tour due to his elbow injury, gave an opportunity for Alex Cardona and Jake Bredenbeck, who had joined Polo Gutierrez in the battle for number 1, to kind of move up the ranks. Currently, Alex Cardona is number 1, Jake Bredenbeck number 2, David Bobby Horn number 3, and Andre Paria number 4 on the WRT. That puts Gutierrez at 5 and Jaime Martell at number 6. Gutierrez now with 13. Big swing from deep in the court for Jaime Martell, and with that, he's going to call a timeout as he prepares himself to step back in the service box. We'll be right back with more of Gutierrez versus Martell. There's Polo Gutierrez staying warm on the court. We've talked a little bit about his elbow injury. He's been rehabbing it, and if you'll notice, he's kind of switched up his mechanics. I was talking with Polo yesterday when he first arrived in Hermosillo, and he was talking about how it's a little different now. His swing is a little different. He's had to change a couple things. So that's one thing for those of you at home to watch, particularly for his forehand. Now, Polo's always had kind of an unusualness about him, if you will. His grip is a little different. We've talked about that a lot on the WRT, and so just another element now that he's had to adjust to. But being one of the more seasoned players, let's see if it affects him here this weekend. So far, he is leading now, 13-7 over Jaime Martell. Martell chasing down that court. Chasing down the ball in the back of the court. Still early here in Hermosillo. We are on Pacific time. 10:30 a.m. Hermosillo still waking up on a Saturday. Okay, they're going to replay. Game point now for Polo Gutierrez. Polo chases it down. Nice rally. Jaime Martell sticking strong. Polo running around the court, picking up balls. Jaime making them work. Jaime has another timeout. He's going to go ahead and use it. Score is 17-14 in game 1. We'll be right back. We're back live at the 2016 WRT Sonora Open in Hermosillo, Mexico at All Fitness. Polo Gutierrez is leading 14-7. Jaime Martell just stepped into the service box. we have seen Jaime in a situation like this before. He's been down, holding his opponent at 14 and coming back to win. In fact, he did that a couple times here on the WRT. That timeout didn't do him any good, though, as Gutierrez sides him out. There's a side out for Martell. Martell holding strong now, moving up with 8 points. Oh, looked like a nice serve from Martell, but Polo able to get that one in the front wall. And that's quite the way to end it on an ace. 15-8 Gutierrez over Martell. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break and show you a video produced for the IRF announcing part of our new partnership. We're excited to be a partner of the IRF, so take a look. Just waiting for Jaime Martell to get back on the court, and here he is. If you guys want to check out the draw at home, you can go to bit.ly/Sonora Open 16. Take a look at the pros who are here this weekend, including Felipe Munoz, Nicolai Miramontes, Christian Longoria, Francisco Troncoso, Danny Lavely, Jaime Martell, Andre Padilla, Alex Cardona, and of course, Polo Gutierrez. Nice rollout from Jaime Martell. Nice get by Polo. Another nice get. Unfortunate skip for Polo. Quite a rally to open up game 2 as Jaime Martell leads 3-0. Definitely taking the momentum from game 1 into game 2. All right, looks like they're rechecking the score, and it is 2-0. Skip, and there's a side out for Polo. Okay, so I had the score backwards here. It is 0 serving 3. All right, 3-0 in game 2. Polo Gutierrez leading. The score is a little off. Jaime thinks it's 1-2. Okay, after some debate, the score is 2 serving 1. Okay, 1-2. Jaime is leading. And for all that, now it's tied up 2-2. Like I said, Hermosillo's still waking up over here. There's been a lot of racquetball so far this weekend. I know there were players still here at 11 p.m. when we left the building last night. Penalty hinder, so there's a point for Gutierrez. Polo taking control of game 2. As we saw, he was in control in the beginning of game 1 as well, and he pulled out the win. See if Jaime can rattle him like he did in game 1. That's 5 points in a row for Polo. Well, good Good shot for Jaime, so he calls the timeout as he steps into the service box. We'll be right back with more of our quarterfinal. Don't go anywhere. We're back live. It's 3 serving 6. Jaime Martell calling that timeout as Polo Gutierrez started to take control of game 2. Nice return from Polo. That timeout not helping Jaime. Gutierrez has been playing racquetball, obviously, in his home city of Juarez. One of his frequent partners is Alex Cardona and also Alex Landa. We are seeing him adjusting with his forehand. And it's working as he's leading in game 2, 8-2. Nice side out from Jaime. Jaime was the 2015 Most Improved Player of the Year. We have seen him climbing the ranks last year. Overall, he moved from 9 to number 6, where he is currently. He often travels on the Gearbox bus and has committed to playing racquetball full-time. Second serve. Well, there's Jaime crawling back 1 point at a time. 4 serving 8. Martell finding a rhythm now in game 2. We saw this from him also in game 1. Let's see what Polo does to change it up and if he can throw Martell off. Nice get. Ooh, nice sliding return from Jaime Martell for the point. Big skip from Polo. 7 serving 8. Gutierrez calling a timeout. Things are heating up here in Hermosillo as the crowd starts to fill out. We'll be back with more of game 2 right after this. We're back live at the 2016 WRT Sonora Open at All Fitness in Hermosillo, Mexico. Jaime Martell getting some rhythm out there now, 1 point away from tying it up with Polo Gutierrez in game 2. Now Martell is a player you can never underestimate. He is a consistent semifinalist here on the WRT, and he has been moving up the ranks all year. He is dedicated to playing racquetball full-time, and we see a lot of him here on the WRT. Gutierrez making his first appearance since May of 2015. And so anything can happen. Polo's back to shake things up on the WRT. Polo thinking there was 2 bounces. Unforced error from Jaime right at, Polo Gutierrez now serving. It's all tied up in game 2. Nice shot from deep in the court for Jaime Martell over the side out, keeping it tied up 8-8. Wow, nice shot from Jaime, sneaking it right past Polo. Puts him in the lead for the first time all match. Martell starting to dominate in game 2. He definitely has frustrated Gutierrez. Skip from Polo. Martell leading 12-8. You see how his body language changes. He's looking very confident right now with his 4-point lead. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Another point for Jaime Martell. It's definitely frustrating Polo. from Polo means it's now game point for Jaime Martell. Nice shot from Polo, looking very controlled. Ooh, and a big skip from Jaime, a point for Gutierrez. Nice pinch kill from Jaime Martell for the side out, and now his second game point opportunity against Polo Gutierrez. And a skip from Polo Gutierrez means Jaime Martell wins game 1, 15-9. Well, game 2. I was talking about how you can't underestimate any of the players, especially Jaime Martell, and he just proved that point. Looks like we're going to breaker. We'll be right back with more of the WRT in just a moment.
Hey everybody, Anthony with Gearbox. Have you ever wondered when or why you should get your racket restrung? What signs to look for? Well, I'm here to shed some light on those questions. First, we need to talk about the function of a good string bed. The main purpose of the string is to stretch upon the impact of the ball, then snap back in a consistent manner. This is called the string's resiliency. Basically, a higher resiliency means you decrease the amount of mishits, and we all could use a little bit of that. Now that we know the function of a good string, we can talk about why you should restring your racket. This will involve 3 major points: string breakdown, tension, and notching. Number 1, string is primarily composed of plastic. Plastic is susceptible to a process called creeping. Creeping is the breakdown over time due to overuse and exposure to UV rays. Inside the string, there is moisture and oils. In the creeping process, those get lost and string becomes dry and brittle. The second focus is on string tension. You might not realize it, but string immediately loses its tension once it's played with. It will relax to a much lower tension after the first game of play. So if you're one of those people that like it tight, you better get your racket restrung regularly. Third, after repeated hitting, string will have an effect called notching. Notching is when the string makes a notch or a groove at the cross point of 2 strings. When you have these notches in the string does not stretch and snap back efficiently. Lastly, you probably want to know how often you should get your racket restrung. The Gearbox general rule of thumb is to restring your racket the same number of times you play a week. So if you play about 3 times a week, we suggest you restring your racket about 3 times a year. If you have any questions about string, what type to use, different levels of tension, or general questions about our products, feel free to call one of our specialists or shoot us an email and we'll gladly help. That's all for now. Time for me to go restring my racket.
We're back at the 2016 Sonora Open live from Hermosillo, Mexico. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and we are now going to tiebreaker with Polo Gutierrez and Jaime Martell. Gutierrez winning game 1, 15-8. Martell coming back to win game 2, 15-9. Anything can happen. Remember, this third game, we play first to 11. And of course, there's lots more racquetball to come this weekend. We have Andre Padilla versus Danny Lavely coming up right after this match. At 12 p.m., Christian Longoria versus Nicolai Miramontes. And at 1 p.m., Alex Cardona versus Miguel Rodriguez. And of course, later tonight, we will have the semifinals at 5 and 6 p.m. All these times are Pacific time. Tomorrow, on Sunday, we will have the singles final at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And at 1 p.m., we'll have the doubles final. You fans have been asking for the doubles, and we are happy to bring you the doubles live streaming for 2016. Of course, you guys can follow us on social media where we're posting pictures and highlights, and you can get the latest with updates here live from the event. So make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at World Arball Tour. You can also check out our website, worldracketballtour.com, to keep up with our tournaments and announcements there. There we go, Polo Gutierrez serving, and Jaime with a quick side out. Ooh, and Polo sneaks that one by Jaime for a point.
1-0.
I thought Polo was 5. Haven't you been hearing me say he's 5 this whole time? Jaime Martell taking a timeout. We'll be right back with more of Game 3 in just a moment. And we're back live in Game 3 of our first quarterfinal today. Coming up after this, we do have Andre Padilla versus Danny Lavely. Polo Gutierrez leading 4-0. broken ball. They're going to go ahead and switch that out. All right, so they'll replay that point. Polo is serving. Okay, Jaime Martell serving 0, serving 4. Ooh, big skip from Jaime, giving Gutierrez another point. Remember, this third game is first to 11. Replay. Nice reverse pinch from Polo. Very in control. Second serve for Polo. Nice kill from Gutierrez as he's dominating now 8-0. Let's see if he can keep this momentum and push all the way to 11. Gutierrez thinking that skipped. As Martell confidently walks to the front of the court. Referee's calling it good. So side out for Jaime Martell. That was tough to see, but it looks like ref's gonna stick with a good call. Well, Jaime's gonna use this opportunity to take a timeout and see if he can regain his focus as he's down 0-8 in game 3. And we're back live at the 2016 Sonora Open. And of course, we'd like to remind you all that the WRT is dedicated to growing the sport of racquetball, and in support of that mission in 2016, we're discounting entries for WRT pros who are 18 and under. We're cutting those entries in half. Now, there were some youngsters that took advantage of this at the Sonora Open. Make sure you keep an eye on these youngsters who are here this weekend, including Miguel Rodriguez Jr., who is making his first ever quarterfinals appearance later today at 1 p.m. against #1 Alex Cardona. There's also Sebastian Fernandez, Rodolfo Esparza, Victor Camacho, Daniel Lopez, Alejandro Prieto, and Omar Prieto. So shout out to those players taking advantage of that discount. Make sure you tell the young pros on the rise that by playing in a WRT event, if they're 18 and under, they'll get half off their entry. Speaking of players on the rise, here's Jaime Martell serving now against Polo Gutierrez. Serving up an ace after that timeout. That's exactly what he wants. And he gets his first point of game 3. He was saying earlier he was talking with his friend and fellow racquetball player Mike Green from Canada. And I think we're seeing some of that reflected in his serving. Jaime definitely seeming to regain his focus. He's not going to let Polo get any points. Right back in that service box. Big swing from Jaime for the side out. They're going to replay that point. All right, these two have been stuck at 8 serving 2 for a little bit. So he's going to be the first one to get a next point. Ooh, ooh. And another side out. No points. Gutierrez taking a timeout. We'll be right back with more from the WRT Sonora Open in just a moment. back live at the 2016 WRT Sonora Open as Polo Gutierrez calls the timeout as he gets into the service box leading 8-4. This is the third time the WRT has been in Hermosillo. In 2014, Polo Gutierrez was the champion. 2015, Jake Bredenbeck beat Polo in the finals for his first ever WRT win. Of course, you can check out all of the past events from the WRT on our YouTube channel and our website. You can check that out at World Arball Tour or worldracketballtour.com. And actually one of my favorite rallies is pinned to the top of our Facebook page from that 2014 event, a rally between Alex Cardona and Javier Moreno. So if you go to Facebook, you can check that out at World Arball Tour. Match point for Polo Gutierrez. There it is, 11-4. Gutierrez wins the quarterfinal over Jaime Martell, which means he'll be pushing through to the semifinals later tonight, happening at 5 and 6 p.m. Coming up next, Andre Pria versus Danny Lavely. So don't go anywhere. There's lots more racquetball to come.